of Nagarjuna. 8 Yen Lamad. Composed by the Bodhisattva Nagarjuna and translated by the Tripitaka Dharmakarya Kumarajava of the land of Kaucha. Under the later Tsin. Translated from the French. By Gelongma Karma Migmi Chodron. Chapter 29. The Virtue of Wisdom. Sutra. The bodhisattva must fulfill the virtue of wisdom by not adhering to any system. Sastra. Question. What is prajnaparamita? Answer. From the first production of the mind of Bodhi, the bodhisattvas seek the knowledge of all the aspects, in the course of which they understand the true nature of dharmas. This wisdom is the prajnaparamita. Question. If that is so, this wisdom should not be called virtue. Why? Because it does not reach the end of wisdom. Answer. Only the wisdom obtained by the Buddha is the true wisdom. But, as a result of this virtue, the efforts of the bodhisattva are also called virtue, for the effect is included in the cause. Inasmuch as this virtue resides in the mind of the Buddha, it changes its name and is called the knowledge of all the aspects. But when the bodhisattva, practicing this wisdom, seeks to attain the other shore, it is called virtue. As the bodhisattva has already attained the other shore, his wisdom is called knowledge of all the aspects. Question. The Buddha, who has destroyed all the passions and impregnations and whose eye of wisdom is pure, can truly understand the true nature of dharmas, and this true nature is prajnaparamita. But the bodhisattva has not destroyed the impurities and his eye of wisdom is impure. How can he understand the true nature of dharmas? Answer. This will be fully explained in the following chapters. Here a summary must be sufficient. Suppose two men walk into the sea. The first just begins to go in whereas the second already touches the bottom. Despite the difference of depth, both are said to have gone into the sea. It is the same for the Buddha and the bodhisattva. The Buddha has attained the depth of wisdom. The bodhisattva, who has not destroyed the impregnations of passions and whose power is weak, cannot penetrate into wisdom deeply. We will see this in the following chapters. When a person lights a lamp in a dark room, it lights up the objects that all become visible. If a big lamp is also brought, the illumination is increased and it is noticed that the darkness dissipated by this new big lamp still remained with the first lamp. The first lamp, which coexisted with a certain amount of darkness, illumined the objects, however, up to a certain point, because, if this first lamp had chased away all the darkness, the second lamp would be useless. It is the same for the wisdom of the Buddha and the bodhisattvas. The wisdom of the bodhisattva which coexists with the impregnations of passions is, however, able to understand the true nature of dharmas. It is like the first lamp that lights up the objects slightly. The wisdom of the Buddhas that has eliminated the impregnations of the passions also understands the true nature of dharmas. It is like the second lamp that illuminates twofold. Question. What is the true nature of dharmas? Answer. Each being defines this true nature of dharmas and considers their own definition to be true. But here the true nature is indestructible, eternally subsisting, unchangeable and without creator. In a following chapter, the Buddha says to Subhuti. The bodhisattva sees all dharmas as being neither eternal nor transitory, neither painful nor happy, neither with self nor without self, neither existent nor non-existent, etc. Abstaining from these views is the bodhisattva's prajnaparamita. This subject avoids all views, destroys all speech, expels all functioning of the mind. From the very beginning, dharmas are unborn, unceasing, like nirvana, and all their natures are of the same type. This is the true nature of dharmas. The stanzas of the Tsanpanjo Polo Mi say. The prajnaparamita. The true dharma, free of error. Mind, concept, view are expelled. The elements of speech have been destroyed. Immeasurable, free of any defect, mind pure, always unified. This is how the Venerable One sees prajna. Immaculate like space. free of speech and designation. To see prajna in this way is also to see the Buddha. Seeing the Buddha, the prajna, and nirvana according to the rules. These three things are identical. There is no difference among these realities of Buddhas and bodhisattvas who carry out the benefit of all beings. Prajna is the mother. She gives birth to them and nourishes them. The Buddha is the father of beings. Prajna is the mother of the Buddha. Thus, the prajna is the grandmother of all beings. The prajna is a unique dharma, to which the Buddha applies all kinds of names, according to the capacities of beings. He applies different sounds. For the person who has grasped the prajna, speech and thoughts vanish. Like the morning dew evaporates all at once at daybreak. The prajna has this wonderful power of stimulating two types of people, the ignorant by means of fear, the wise by means of joy. The person who possesses the prajna is the king of prajna. He is not attached to prajna, and even less to the other dharmas. Prajna comes from nowhere. Prajna goes nowhere. The sage looks for it everywhere but does not find it. The person who sees prajna finds deliverance. The person who does not see prajna also finds deliverance. The prajna is astounding, very profound and glorious. Like a magical object. It is seen without being visible. The Buddhas, the bodhisattvas, the Sravakas and the Pratyekabuddhas all derive from the prajna, their liberation and their nirvana. Their language is conventional, having pity for all beings. They speak of dharmas in metaphors. Speaking about the prajna, they say nothing. The prajnaparamita is like the flame of a great fire, ungraspable from any direction, without holding or not holding. Escaping from any grasp, it is called ungraspable. The taking of it when it is ungraspable is what the grasping of it consists of. The prajna is unchangeable and surpasses any speech. It occurs unceasingly. Who can praise its qualities? Although the prajna cannot be praised, I can praise it now. Even without having escaped from this land of death, I have already found the way out. End chapter 29.